you. I, I assume you all are there and you can hear me.
Yes, yes, Abhishek, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Do we have all attendants there?
Mostly all on the line of joining.
Should we give another 5 minutes so you don't lose anything? Okay, just give, let's say, I believe let's give another last minute, then we start. Okay, I think it's a good time to go. Okay, uh, hello folks. This is Abhishek Jain. I'm associated in director capacity with OCP. I handle the North American side. Uh, So today's webinar, the topic is all about US, um, company incorporation in US, setups, and all related requirements, why to do, how to do, and those kind of things. So to start with, the first question comes out, why to register or incorporate or set up your business or bring your business to the United States? So before we go ahead, I think it's a good idea I share my screen. You can see the activities as well. I hope you can see. Okay. So setting up a business in the US, the very first point comes out, why to set up a business in the United States of America. Um, it's obvious, but still let me portray a few of the points why it's essential to set a business in the United States and what are the advantages. United States, after World War II, has become, and since it is, and for coming decade, we are forecasting to be a global leader in all commercial defense and all sorts of activities. So far, dollar remain as a main currency, an exchange currency. It will go. So any business set up in the United States will have a larger business and consumer market. There is no doubt and no brainer there. So then second point comes out, access to capital. You, if your business in the United States is over here, it's easy to raise the capital through institution, non-institution, both modes. Again, it's would not be that easy where you assume that you just walk in a branch or walk into anybody and say, I have a business and you get the money. Your vitals will be checked. But compared to any other countries, money floating around, people are looking for new opportunities. So fundraising and expansions become comparatively easy than another country. Here we have regulatory environment, which is very favorable for business. Here regulations vary state to state. We'll come to that topic about states, but in general, there are favorable regulations and rules out there for businesses. Cost of formation and the time it takes to form or any expansions or even closer, God forbid if you have to, it's very easy, faster, and cost is even in many terms we compare and we tell them. Like OCP helps businesses in more than 25 countries, and United States is the first and foremost country, which is lucrative as well as least cost in forming any company anywhere in the world. Comparing with India, If we're setting up a company in the United States, which we call corporation here, in India, I call private limited company, if you forget the listing, it's more expensive in India to open and sustain its annual requirements for a private limited company than over here, which is called corporation. So, cut short, it's easy to set up here. Timelines are very faster. There is an expedition process, some additional cost, and cost of formation itself, including any forms fees or professional fees, it's much lower than most of the countries are. By doing business in the United States, you get the access to global corridor. United States no-brainer. We all know that has a most treaty out there in the world, favorable treaties in different terms. You can call even different groups they have made, G7, G8. You can call it different names, and NATO and other many of the groups they have separate groups. So if you are a United States company, you have access to global corridor, simple as it is, and with the brand. Support to startup, and that's where the old terms for startups go Silicon Valley and all sorts of related things. It comes from there. So that has been going for many decades now. Decades, when I'm saying that means go that far where we couldn't assume that computer would be existed and startups going from those days. So very easy and very supportive over here to do any startup, start any business. You come with the idea, all the kind of supports will be here. And then comes out over here, it's all about protection. So United States or most of the Western countries have rules and regulations which people are adhered to follow. And the businesses we are well protected. If you follow in compliance, you don't do the shortcuts. So then you're very well protected and no one can come after you and you can just keep doing your business, multiply it, raise your margins. So you will not have to worry about that under table and other stuffs. Apply or no, don't apply to you, people ended up confusing you. Would not happen. State life. Quality of life here is excellent. No need to say that. Even for that sake, lots of travel, lots of people travel around here just to understand how's the environment for such a basic as living, for educations, for business, for funds raising, for investments, all sorts of different life segments could be fulfilled here. So even tomorrow, somebody can think over to see them who are living through their business and supporting their family or bringing their family over here. There are a few misconceptions about the United States. Doing business in the United States, like any other country, first thing it comes out, we do not have people often comes out to us and they say, not just from India, many other countries, especially Asian countries, that we do not know anything about the United States and we are thrilled how and when and who will be supporting us. We do not know their laws, and we know that unlike India, the United States is everything about laws. You got to know, you have to follow. So there is no doubt. There are laws, they are written, and that's where our kind of organization comes out, where we can help you since start to end, where you don't need to ask the questions to get planned for. No, we will ask the question to ourselves, and we share with you all the different level of plannings, even you ask request to us or not. So that's a first conceptions, which could be resolved easily by hiring professional firms. Thing comes out, you got to live here to do the business. No, you don't need to live here to do business. Even you're a foreign national, such as you, sitting in India, you can do business here. You don't have a green card, you don't have a H1, you don't have any sorts of visa. You don't need that. We will help you in any ways, in all legal terms. So all the things, all the solutions we are mentioning here, that will be as per the law. So there is no illegality or any leg involved here where you can jeopardize your business just for the sake. No, it would not be. It will be all legal. So such a company, in cut short, would be as equivalent as to Google, Apple, Facebook, any company you call it. The company, your business you set up, you will have all equal rights. same like those companies. You can hire, fire, you can have the office, you can take people on contract, you can sign contracts, you can have a relationship here with the businesses as a client vendor. You can expand yourself, you can bring the people on H1 or L1 or many different segments you have. You can fundraise over here, you can expand in other country, you can do the easy banking domestically, internationally, even with India. So that's another misconception. Get clear that you don't need to have a visa status here to start a business or continue. Other thing comes out, you need to have a person having a status here, living here in the United States to run a business. Means you have to hire a person locally here to do your business. No, you do not. You can do yourself like many or thousands of clients. You can do by sitting in India very well. And in all practical sense, not just for formality or filings, by all practical sense, we can conduct it. So other than that, if you small misconception comes out, you got to when you open a company or set a company here, a business, you have to have a full office, and we have a larger overhead expenses and all sorts of things. You have to hire the local people. No, so those are misconception as well. You don't need. Then other thing, practical problems or issues. People think that if you guys don't live here, you can't apply tax status for the company. No, that could be done. We could do it. The other practical problems which are people face, which we accept that is, okay, company is set up, but how about bank account? If the company or business doesn't have a bank account, how they will continue. So that also is a practical, could be a potential practical issue, but that could be solved through us, guaranteed. We can help you in setting up a bank account, even you don't have a status yet, you've never been here. You can try. We can help you, and we have successfully done with a 99.99% success rate in the last 20 years. So we can help you in business bank accounts. Now, before going ahead, so let's talk about the different business structure you have here. So your question comes out like in India, you have starting from listed company, private limited company, you have partnership, you have sole proprietorships, all different structure you have in India as well. Similar like there, here we have just different names. So business structure would depend, which business structure you take it, would depend on many factors. Like you have to see how simplic or flexible structure you want. What kind of tax structures you want for the company? Do you want limited liability or you're okay with the limited liability exposure? Because both have its own advantage and disadvantages. You want certain level of operational flexibility. You have intention of raising capital because that point also can play a role. I'll explain detail later. Investment in financing. If you're looking for the investment domestically, internationally, your structure can play a role as well. Self-employment taxes. If you are as a you or anybody else coming on board as a self-employed, means as a contractor or something other than a W-2 or employee, that also play a role from proper planning and legal compliance perspective. They are uh, they are rigid and complex laws for employees as well, just to protect them. And those are rigid and complex from a unknown perspective. Means a client who haven't faced, who haven't done anything in United but hiring a proper professional like our firm, you don't need to worry about it. Those will be very transparent, very clear, systematically compliant, and you just focus on it. And then administrative cost comes out. Every structure can carry a bit different structure of cost, which can come in your advantage or disadvantage. So before we go ahead, let me let me tell you a bit structure, different options you have here. So all these rules you can consider and you can decide accordingly which structure is better for you. So very first we take is corporation, which is like private limited company in India. Then comes out, and again, it's not by series, it's just the different options. And then comes out a hybrid option called limited liability company, LLC, which is hybrid of a corporation and a partnership. Then partnership comes out. So limited partnership or general partnership, different options are there. Then sole proprietorships, and then for professional firms, LP, limited partnership, or LLP, limited liability partnership, for professional firms. A bit different structure comes out for that level, but these are the major ones. And normally people consider, and out of three, few other options, especially being in foreign national, corporation, LLC, and the partnership. So I think there is before I go ahead, and I should give a chance to all of you if you have any questions so far. So all floor is yours. Please go ahead. I will try to help you. I was not clear, but guys, I'm asking all attendees if you have any questions so far for the matters I discussed. Please go ahead. I take as a no that, and on that token, maybe will appreciate myself that I was clear in my question and you don't have. So that's good for me or good for us. But if you have anything, you can just message me or message here. I can type those in case you don't hear me. So let's see. Okay. So now next comes out doing doing business United States, but you here like India, we have many states, like 50 states in total we have here. If you leave the territories and other things, so there are 50 states, and here United States, every 50 states is different in many terms. So laws and regulations goes by your state. A particular state can be totally different from taxation, from compliance, from disclosures, from annual requirements, cost structures, different structures, uh, applicabilities. So not to confuse you, but every state could be very different. So you need to decide. Now we cannot talk because of time constraint about all 50 states, but few popular states I can mention over here, which people normally talk and have interaction, and people uh, often get confused as well um, in choosing. So first most structure comes out the first state, which is Delaware. Uh, it's called first state because it signed the constitution very first of all the states. Very protected, very privacy protected, and a nice structure it has. It has a very friendly laws. Other than that, other comes out Wyoming, Nevada, Texas, and Florida. Our office is based in Florida, but our many other clients have preferred Delaware, Wyoming, Nevada, Texas, and Florida for different reasons. There are key points which you need to consider before deciding which state you need to incorporate or set your business in. It is as essential, or rather, I would say it's more essential than choosing a name and a business structure. It's more important than that because all the laws will apply there. And I believe you have some questions over here. So before I go ahead, I'm sorry, let me take a pause here and let me answer those questions which I missed it. So the question comes up. Umesh asks, what is the best for a small investment? Guys, bear with me so I can answer the other questions. I think I'm better do that. I can rather chatting or answering. I can take the question and I can rather answer all of you. So you can listen. Another question comes from uh, the viewer saying registering a company or partnership. Uh, I think he meant for more for investment industry or investment sector. Company or proprietorship he's asking. So before I answer it simply, which again, like any doctor or any professional, we need to know lots of other details. But assuming we don't have, and I need to be simply answer for it, I was saying involving your status, assuming many other factors which are required, I would say proprietorship is no go. You better have a company. Uh, there are many reasons because of that, but simple answer would be having a private limited company, which is called corporation or INC. Now, other question comes out to what will be the best structure or idea or setup for export point of view? And I would say if you're talking import export or export just from India, again, it depends which way you're doing. You're doing B2C, you're doing B2B, doing through marketplaces, you're doing container shipping, you're doing close-end clients. There are many factors involved. But if I divide into one, if you're just doing like through marketplaces, then like such as Amazon, eBay, and Wayfair, and those kind of things, which we have lots of clients doing it already from last 12 years, I believe. We would say go with the corporation structure, and so that's a way things become easier, faster, and you don't ended up opening many other requirements from your country, from India and United States, both sides, because they have close treaty. But some people may prefer certain states and they can still uh, find it LLC from their point of view. We can, guys, we can help in all different kind of structures, all different kind of states, all different kind of countries out there. So we can share with you our views. And before we share our views and options on those, which we do always, we'll ask you several details. So any answers I give here, you can count it as it is applicable to you. It just it's a history approach unless I have full details. But for sure, you will be portrayed, you will be given full picture of different options, different advantage or disadvantage. And then we think that you are the best person to take the call because nobody better know than yourself about your business and ideas and objectives. Other comes out for sale in the United States. Do we need to follow state-wise taxes? Yes. As I said, in the United States, all the rules and regulations, it goes by states. So cell tax is a like in India, same like here. We have a cell tax. We do not have GST VAT. We have cell tax in the United States and goes by state to state. Certain states do not have cell tax, but certain states have, but many other states have more or most of the states have cell tax. For example, Delaware doesn't have a cell tax. But so far, you're selling within the state. If you're selling out of the states, then it has a it different parameter. It depends on other state you're selling or treaties between the two states, understanding rather between the two states, many other factors. Where you're shipping from, where is the warehouse, like business substance. Different tax amount for the same product. Yeah, mm, there are certain categories defined, like for example, New Jersey. Over there, you will find lower sell tax rates for clothing, but higher tax rates for other products. So there are certain states which do not have a harmonized sell tax rates for all the different kind of products, but rather different categories are defined by the state requirements. So I believe most of the questions are taken care here. Let's go back to the workflow which we're doing. So deciding on states, absolutely. Let me reiterate, it, there are key factors which you need to consider before you deciding the states you should be incorporating in. So there is another point I would like to mention here. One state to another state, laws could change. So if you're doing business from one state to another state, there are many times you have to ensure that you are registering in the states as well. But that could be planned properly, and that we can advise you beforehand. And you don't need to uh, just read the laws and do it. We are not the people who just read the law and do it. We rather plan for you, same like your own in-house professionals, because that's what you count for. So be assured about that. But that will we will require to consider. In every case, any situation changes, we will keep on advising. So every state have a different personal tax rates, which is income tax. Certain states do not have personal income tax, like Washington, like Nevada, like Texas, like Florida. They don't have a personal income tax. So when I say personal income tax in the sense, here the income tax you pay at the two-level minimum. There are other states which have a three, four level, but in general you pay at the federal level, which is in India you call central. Here federal level tax rate is there. You pay it to federal as well, and as well as state. Particular state you are doing business in. Suppose in Delaware, then Delaware tax rate will comply in your case. So different tax rates for even personal tax returns and business tax returns, which is corporate tax return. So certain, again, come to the point, certain states do not have a personal tax rate, means personal income tax rate. Then sell tax, sales and use tax, different places, different colony differently, but certain states do not have, as I explained, do not have sell tax, and many other states have sell tax. So you also need to consider state reputations. All the states are good. They are well incorporated, well registered, or well complied, but they carry their own reputations, like Nevada. Nevada is much famous, which is, we all heard Las Vegas, which is a major city there. So Nevada is considered as a notorious state. It doesn't carry a extreme high branding um, setup or name. By saying that, it doesn't mean that if you set a business there, you can't do it, or you will have a restriction, or you do not. It's a people's perceptions. We set our fame or defame, or better or good in our own minds. It's a human classifications, not by law. Laws are equal, and laws are in a way they are reputed. So, but Delaware, out of many, Delaware is considered as a moderate, high uh, rated state because of the laws, because of the compliance, because of the past experiences for the people and the lawsuits out there. Regulatory environment, every state is different. Certain they have rigid requirements from capital infusion, paying annual fees, or franchise taxes, income taxes, sell tax, or different level of regulations. Like certain states have a rigid law for seniors um, doing seniors as an employee. They have rigid law requirement how you can fire or not. So there are different regulations for different things in different states. Also, look, you consider that access to skill level, skilled worker, because every state, even though it's a big country, has a lots of population, but most of the populations are on the coastal area or on the side areas. You would say that middle part of central part of the United States, it's all much empty. You would say. So it's very hard to get the skilled workers over there. Than the farming or other blue collar jobs. So that also need to consider. Infrastructure you will consider. No doubt, infrastructure in general is good, but again, more will go in central countryside, which you call it. Uh, Things are not that friendly in the sense from many other ongoing basis like full infrastructure for office, internet accesses, many other things. Those are there, but not at par like any other place. Um, there are different suggestions could be given at different level from a particular requirement. Guys, before I go ahead, do you have any questions at this level? You can shoot, and I can try to answer you. You do not, or we'll come later, so we can take together. It's okay. So let's move on to next one. Now that after understanding few of the the main matters. It comes out what the process exactly. Okay, we decided on the structures, we decided on states, the things we understood about United States, we understand the importance of the United States and business there. What's the exact process and timeline we're looking for? Are we looking for months? Are we looking for tons of money from investment cost? And what are the exact requirements to do a business here? Like India has more complex than the United States for sure. So first thing comes out, finalize business constitution and business states. So define your, what structure you want and states you want. Then accordingly, we can tell you exactly in most of the cases, the exact process and timeline because it varies from both perspectives. Choose your business name. Second thing comes out. Once you decided your structure and state, your second step would be choose your business name, which is important. That we have to check. Normally we ask three names to check with the state that in the particular state, can you incorporate the business in that business? That's your suggested business name or not? There are certain restrictions on certain names. You cannot, most importantly, it cannot conflict with the existing business. It cannot bear the same name like existing business. Like simple as it is, tomorrow some smart guy, smart dude comes out from India and say, I want to incorporate a business, a corporation in Delaware. I'll call it Facebook or Apple, or let's say Soar Apple. There are chances those will be rejected uh, for apparent reasons because there are branded companies. There are companies out there in conflict with their business, and you can jeopardize their whole structure or reputation. So the state would not allow. So you have to come with a good business name which doesn't conflict, and which we can check for you after asking the information. Hire a registered agent here, which is very most important requirement. That registered agent is a representative of your company in that particular state, which you need to have. And you can't avoid that one. Company formation, after you have decided all these ones, then it comes out, let's set a company. So incorporations, formation, setup, all these words goes for the same thing. Let's form a company. Next is time we conceive a baby. Very simple as it is. So form a company, you decided on all these other specs. Let's come to us, tell us when you're done all those things, we will take care of all those things, all the filling the informations, the forms compliance, and all sorts of things. We'll take it to the state departments. Then comes out if once your company is or your business has been formed, you need to have your identity. Your corporate identity has been set up, but your tax identity you need to have. It's called EIN or FEIN or TIN, tax identification number, employer identification number. So federal identification number, FIN, you can call different names. That's your federal identity for the company from tax perspective, which you must to have, which you require for all related filings. Otherwise, you cannot. Then another number comes up. People often ask us, normally opening a bank account or over here, the personal filings, if in certain structure you decide to do, you need to have a tax ID, your personal tax ID. Now, you are not living here, you don't have status here, how you can have. If you live here, you are authorized to work here, then you will be given Social Security number, SSN, which commonly called. If you don't have, then we can, in certain cases, we can use our particular process and we can get you ITIN, which in case people cannot get the SSN for obvious reason, we get them ITIN, which is equivalent to Social Security in some aspect. So that will let you do the personal tax return filing here and related many other things. Self tax registration that becomes after income tax. The company need to many states you need to register your company for self tax. So accordingly, self tax filings could be done. Self tax could be collected and self tax could be gone back to government by requisite periodical filings. Then obviously comes out all these minimum requirements are done. Then you need to open a business bank account. That's where the money comes in, money goes out. Otherwise, how you can do, which will help you. There are different options available, which can help you in that. Timelines vary again on structure and the state absolutely. But in most of the states, we can expedite if somebody require as short as within 24 hours. we can help them um, to expedite the process and set the company, register the company within 24 hours. That once it register, we confirm you, and that company is legal, and the company name could be used for doing business right away. Before I go ahead, let me give you another chance. If you have any question, please type over here, and I will take it forward. So I see there are a couple of questions. The the left questions from there. The first one comes out, sir, I'm already in export business, but now I want to start farm export. Good for you. Yep, expand your business. That's what I wish for. Make country proud. So yeah, sure, we can help you. Pharma export. I don't know what kind of export of products you were doing earlier, but pharma has its own rigid department involving the human consumptions, direct human consumption effects on it. But nevertheless, all that can be compliant. And you can do it very well, but again, following the same step which I just said, decide on which state you want to do it and right structure for you and those characters. If I do not, as I said, I do need to have lots of details, but if I assume many other factors, then I would suggest to go for the corporation and Delaware could be your right state. And again, mark my words, it will require many other discussions, many other details before you rightly take advice to hook on. But for sure, if you have a right one, like us, or you can go with any international, a reliable, reputed organization, and you can ask once you provide them requisite information, they can help you in planning those. Second question from Cook, can you please throw some lights on it? Should I register a company in the United States and start importing, or should I register a company here and start exporting? I'm a bit confused because that questions you do import or export. That question goes on your appetite, you on your import, on your interest than mine. Because I would say why not? You do both. Both the sides of the countries have their own requirements. Like people have been importing machineries, defense products, lots of different advanced products, technologies from the United States. There is no doubt. And people have been exporting agricultures, pharmaceuticals, handicrafts, many other products from India to United States and any other Western countries, such as even mangoes. That's why we get the you know, Alfonsos over here. So that, my friend, it depends on you totally. You want to do import or exports? That answer I cannot give you. I would rather suggest you, if you have appetite and serious interest, look into both. Why not? Who is holding you? Same life, same time span you have. Expand yourself. Have more margins by starting a business in the United States, having such a business here. You can expand anywhere. So look into both ones. We can help in both sides if you have appetite. If you don't have, then obviously you have to choose one which is more keen on where you see yourself more aligned with your interest, and you choose either import or export. So I guys, let me take it forward now. So we constrained by time and we abide it then. So next one comes out. So once company has been set up, and I always say to in a lighter ways to clients that it's once baby is born, then all different kind of requirements comes out. Your night's gone, your diaper changing, you're feeding the baby and doing the little fun with that, dude. Also, the sorts of different thing comes out. Till the baby is not done, it hasn't come out, you can rest and relax. But once the business setup, the company is set up, then all the other compliances will come in play, which obviously I assume uh, would not be known to you, or rather unknown to you 99.9%. First thing, you are sitting in overseas, and other things, even you are over here, you are not professional in that field. Rather, your expertise in different areas, and that's why we say to clients, don't worry, count on us. You ask us or not. It's not like you ask a question, then we'll answer you. We'll plan for you now. We will take care. You just focus on your expertise, on a business idea, and expand your business, and rest, all the compliance, all the planning, we will take care of you. Time to time, we will come and share with you. You take the call, and we make sure it does. So annual compliances and tax filing comes out. What are those? So there are two major compliances we categorize: corporate compliance and tax compliance. So annual compliance with the states means corporate compliance. But first thing, most of the states you have to do annual renewal. Like your company has been set up, you choose a developer, you have to do annual franchise filing over there. Means you're renewing your company with that. Same like renewing a domain. Same like you do your company renewal. From cost perspective, other cost comes out from registered agent. Annually, you pay to them. And the business address, if you're taking any virtual address or mailing address services, you need to annually renew that if you're not on month-to-month payments. In certain cases, we allow that. And federal and state filing comes out like every year. At minimum, you have to do the two tax return filing in most of the states, a federal income tax filing and state income tax filing. Both the things you have to do and pay taxes in both the level. Timing normally occurs between 9 to 4 months, all in most compliance. Like as the year end, in a couple of months, it depends on state. That's why I'm giving a couple of months. Exact will depend which state you are in, the structure you are in. So as a year, as December has ended, in a couple of months, coming months, you have to comply with the annual renewal of the company, which is called annual compliance or annual filing. And then as the year end, after 3 to 4 months, your um, income tax returns filing or corporate tax return filing will get due. And there as well, if some cases you need time, we can apply for extensions. And normally we get the extensions for a few months. At this stage, I have a feeling that you may have some questions. So if any questions, please do tell me here. Else I'll take it together with the next one. Okay, let's move on. So guys, here is here our segment. Today's segments covering the major points summarized here. But before I go ahead or give you another chance to raise any questions which can help you on, few things I want to mention. OCP, absolutely. Our idea came in picture around 15, 17 years back. We were a United States company. Our idea came out when most of the clients from Asian countries, India including, came out to us that why don't you expand in other countries? And we did that. We took their advice and we're happy. Unique features with us is we are in most of the countries. We help in most of the countries. We help from start to end. And lastly, but not the least, which is we find it most important for Asians at least, we work as an in-house professional. That is that may sound easy, but it's the most important thing. In Western countries, people do not plan for you unless you ask them, and even you ask them by certain reasons, which can be explored later or could be shared later. They would not be able to work as an in-house professional. They cannot go beyond the laws written, or rather, by the book we call it. They will mostly, by practice and by habits, they will be going by the books. Unlike India, where we have a habits which we have incorporated in our business, or going beyond the books, going beyond the reading the laws, which you can do yourself in most of the cases in Google as well. And that's why we also I want to add that these days information is out there. So problems are not with not available informations. Through ChatGPT, Google's, YouTube's, many other channels, you can several forums, even forums as Quora, and you can answer those questions. Reddit, you can do that. But as a doctor says to us, and I personally take their advice that don't become a doctor just by reading something in Google and those platforms. It's your business bread and butter. Hear everything about the laws, and those are very customized, very depend on person to person or structure to structure. So you cannot wear the same shirt or put the same shirt on every different body structure. You cannot. That will harm you. That's a business. You should not do it. So hire a right professional firm who have exposure in both the countries, who understand both the culture, so they can fit you and they can time to time they can make you feel safe that you don't have to know or read or always focus on our compliance, filings, planning. That you don't need to. That's not your core expertise. That's why hire the firm, let them do their job, and you do your job, win-win. Other things, United States, in North America, just not in North America, in whole world, in Western world or Eastern world, United States carry its brand, will be there for many, many coming years ahead. So no brainer, I don't need to say the same product, even a simple cap, somebody bring from United States, it will have a different reputation, different value because of the brand. Country is a brand. Anything associated with this country is a brand. You are living here, you're a brand. Your business is here, you are a brand. Tell somebody, my business to call XYZ is my company. It's an American company, it's a United States company, and I'm selling product. Selling back to India or selling to Europe or other part of Asia, they will like to listen to you because you're a United States company. Other way around, tell them I'm Indian company, still will not be treated at all. Will be treated, unfortunately, as a third world country. And I'm seeing lots of uh, tractions are happening in India is going different level, which I want being an Indian as well. But till then, United States will be a leader, will be a brand. So same efforts, lower cost. There are many advantages. Easy to set up, easy to close if you have to. Fundraising, expansion, future business buyout, which help a lots of clients. That's their next level after setting company and everything going well. They within 2 to 3 years they do fold their business like 3, 4 times. They raise their margins, extreme margins you have here compared to any other part of the world. Any smaller products, that's why lots of people, we have clients, even smaller clients, there's even selling products on Amazon.com or Amazon.ca. We help them. They're sitting in India, they do that. So lots of margins here, lots of turnover over here. It's a brand, easy with most of the thing. Cost is not, it doesn't require lots of tons of investments in the United States. In all honesty, even I'm explaining all these things just to let you aware. And main focus is to quench your misconceptions, which has been out there for many decades. No, nobody is stopping you other than yourself to become a United States brand. Give yourself a try. It doesn't cost you much. Same life, put same efforts and get much more higher margins over here. In average, we see in the depend on industry where the people are earning between 7 to 20% of margins in India. Over here, same level, same product or same industry, they are earning 2 or 3 times of margins, which you can say that from 20 or 25% to it goes up to 55%. Depend on industry. So same efforts, put them in place where you can get more margins, more buck for your efforts. Lots of potential to expand. Tomorrow you can sell your business if you want. You can acquire new business, which we help all the time. Jairis is one of the example. So many other things you can do over here. So give yourself a break, guys. Consult us, come back, ask you any questions. We're always there to help you. We do not work on hourly basis normally because we understand you will have questions, and we are there always whenever you want. I hope this session was worthwhile for you, and I didn't end up wasting any of your time. Any more questions? Please send us an inquiry, and we'll happy to help you. Let you go, folks. You have an excellent day.